Another way to manage the look and feel of points is with description keys. Let's go within our exercise here and see what description keys are. So within our 03 point description keys file, we open it up, we find 4 points and 3 different descriptions used. Those raw descriptions are what the surveyor entered when he shot the points: PP, FH, and Oak 24. What we're going to do is we're going to take those descriptions that were entered by the surveyor and use them to stylize and even put the points on the right layer. That really makes description keys more powerful than point groups when it comes to visual control of our points. Point description keys are found within the Settings tab, and of course are per drawing under the Point, and notice Description Key Sets. So I currently have only one description key set in this drawing. If I right-click on it, let's take a look at what makes up a description key set. So notice we have the codes here on the far left. And so anytime we apply the description keys to the points, when it finds a raw description of FH, it's going to apply this style to the point, this label style to the point. We're going to change the wording of the point and even put it on a specific layer. So we see that with both our fire hydrant and with our oak tree. Notice though with oak, all I did was type in oak. We have Oak 24. So let's see if it picks all of that up. I go to my prospector, my point groups, and I simply right click on all points and say apply description keys. Now what it did is it applied the description keys for these 3, but there was no description key for this 4th one. Notice these objects, such as this point, are not just applied to the correct styles, but even on the correct layer now. So let's add our 3rd code. I simply right-click, choose New. It adds a new description key here. I pick very slowly, type PP, and then check that I want to change from the default style to a power pole. So we find our power pole here, style for a point. We're going to change the label style to just description, and we're going to leave the format. Formatting is very powerful in the sense of going from what they typed in as a surveyor to what we visually see in our drawing. Because it says power pole, we're just going to leave it, or I could just change it. Instead of saying exactly what the raw description was, which is the $ or string, the asterisk, meaning pick up all of the string exactly as it is, I can make sure it always says just power pole or PP. We'll put this on the correct layer by checking and then clicking inside, which would be the V utility power. In this case, we're just going to put it on the Anno layer. And let's reapply our description keys. And now you see the style or look of the point changed, the layer changed, everything changed to properly pick this up. Let's take this one step further. We talked about the formatting of the raw description versus the full description that's being read out on the point. Let's change that up just slightly. We're going to pick up and have it read the string in such a way that it will change the first setting here from Oak 24 to reading 24-inch oak. How did I do that? Notice that the number is the second string separated by a space delimiter. Because it's the second string in a zero-based numbering system, oak is 0, 24 is 1. So read whatever the second string of text is that's separated by delimiters, and then write oak after. More than that, we're going to say read this parameter and scale the tree. So then whatever that number is, 12, 20, 24, scale the tree to match that size. Let's close this down and we're going to reapply our description keys one more time. So now we see how it reads out 24-inch oak and our tree is sized accordingly. So we see the power of description keys. Of course, it is important that there is a standard to the descriptions that are being written by the surveyors. But once we've established that, description keys can easily set all of the layers and even the visual controls for our object points quickly, easily, and cleanly within Civil 3D.